idea here is to hear from folks on the front lines of gun violence and then develop strategies on how to reduce the number of victims. And we're not just talking about people who end up getting shot, they're also talking about folks who witness these traumatic events who also suffer health effects from them.
We've had a robust conversation the last 2 nights.
Today, County Council members emphasize their commitment to treat gun violence as not just a matter of crime, but also a matter of public health.
This is a vitally important topic because we have a public health crisis on our hands.
The summit brought health and policy officials and community members together to look at gun violence through a public health lens.
In King County, over 70% of firearm deaths are suicide.
It's not just suicides. Domestic violence and street shootings were also discussed as health threats during the summit.
This is our first step to acknowledge the situation, what's going on in our community.
Ayanli Ismail works with immigrant communities of color and their children. He says they are usually on the front lines.
These are American kids that are struggling, especially in the African community, that are dealing with the gun violence.
At least 95% of the African American community will experience gun violence.
And therapist Ashley McGritt says it's not only those who are injured by firearms, but the trauma that ripples through families and communities is also having a serious impact throughout our region.
Vicarious trauma is very real, and it has an impact on our body. It becomes stored in the body through somatic symptoms, which is also disproportionately killing Black people when we look at the rate of chronic illness from heart attacks, high blood pressure, stress.
Council mentioned that there are already some laws on the books that could make a difference, like safe storage requirements or extreme risk protection orders, but not everybody knows about them, so the idea could be that the council figures out a way to help perform an education campaign to spread the word. In downtown Seattle, Steve Kiggins, Q13 News.
Seattle leaders are